in some of my other videos on financial literacy and some other stuff, and I'll be touching a little bit more on financial literacy because I think that's extremely important for people to become financially literate. During this whole pandemic, if we've learned nothing, it really is true that the average American is 1 or 2 paychecks away from being out on the street. So financial literacy is not just about you living better and having a better quality of life, but leaving a legacy for your children and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. This book has been out for at least a good 20 years, maybe even 25. And he has a whole lot of other seminars and other books and whatever, but this is the one that popped it off. And I honestly haven't read any of the other books, but this book is a real good one. Like I said, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to some of this stuff. So if you look on some of these pages, I do have things highlighted, right? Because I'm very much like if I read something, that's just part of how I process information and retain it. This is a great book. Even if you don't agree with everything in the book, and he even says this, even if you don't agree with everything in this book, the principles and the thought process is very beneficial to people. It gets you thinking about money, liabilities, and assets a little bit differently. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is basically he had 2 dads, had a biological dad, had a stepdad. One of them was, quote unquote, a working stiff, worked for somebody else for his salary or hourly wage, and that's how he measured success. The other one was more of an entrepreneur. He thought outside of the box and wanted to generate his own form of income in various streams. He explains that both are okay, but both people think differently. I am all for multiple streams of income as best you can. We're probably all not going to be millionaires. Probably none of us will be billionaires. I would be pretty surprised if even one billionaire saw this. If you did see this, hey, help me out because I have some ideas for you. Let's make this money together. But you know, it's pretty good perspective, and there's a lot of guys that I know that have read this and then end up becoming entrepreneurs. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but that's a great book. I will say one thing that I did learn from that is on his perspective is if you yourself don't have that entrepreneurial spirit, or you don't feel like I want to take on all the responsibility and everything and have my own business for 100%, go with a partner. You know, if you can't maintain and run and have or feel comfortable with having 100% of a business, somehow, some kind of way, maybe have 10% of 10 different businesses, right? Whatever that entails as far as partners and so on and so forth. But anyway, that's a great book. So those are 5 books that I think, and I have read that book cover to cover twice now. I'll probably try to read that like once a year. But those are 5 books that I encourage you to read. It's just important. Set yourself some goals. Be the best version of yourself. You don't have to read these type of books. These are just books that imparted a lot of knowledge and wisdom to me. I'll be doing more of these in the future.